Tune in, because we get more than we bargained for at the Grammys. Akai dresses up in red, Windows is about to get better audio, vinyl records get a colorful new player, Marshmellow makes a career change, music helps you age like fine wine, Brian gets wet, and Mark Knight tells about his biggest blunder with Avicii. In our big story, the Grammys happened this weekend, where music celebrities go to get their party on and give out little trophies. It was a typical Hollywood affair, happening in the now badly named Crypto.com arena. That name hasn't aged well at all. Most of the coverage seemed to be around what fashion was happening both before and during the event, especially with Miley Cyrus. Let's just say there was a special beaver sighting due to a wardrobe malfunction. For dance music, Skrillex and Fred again were the big winners, as they took home the best electronic dance recording for Rumble. Fred again also won the best dance album for his release, Actual Life 3. Congratulations to all winners! Moving to hardware news first, Akai finally released what we all knew was coming, MPC Key 37. The color isn't the only exciting part of this device, as it features a whole list of great production features. It offers a compact 37 key version of the larger MPC Key 61, featuring velocity sensitive keys with aftertouch, 16 RGB MPC pads, and a 7-inch touchscreen. Despite sharing the same CPU as its siblings, it has less RAM, 2GB instead of 4GB. But it includes 32GB of internal memory, 22GB of user storage, and over 8GB of preloaded samples and drum kits. It even has Ableton Link synchronization that works over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. If you want this small powerful device, Akai Pro MPC Key 37 will cost you $899. Using trackers to create music is definitely not for everyone. Binary code that streams along an LCD screen to show when events are triggered is only for those that thought the Matrix intro visuals needed their own musical interpretation. Dirtywave has put up for pre-order their Model 02, which is about the size of a Nintendo Game Boy, making it very portable. While you may need to learn how to read code quickly, this device does offer 12 hours of battery life and a USB-C port that can use MIDI to trigger external gear. You also have 3 synths engines, giving you some serious sound capabilities in micro-sized device. One thing is for sure though, that annoying kid on the metro that wants to see what you are doing over your shoulder is going to get bored quickly looking at that 7-inch screen. If you always wanted speakers in your studio that matched your car wheels, well, I have the product for you. Void Acoustics is known for doing club installations and selling club-ready system speakers in the UK. They are now going after the studio market, and they have decided flashy is better when it comes to how the product looks. Their Krome lineup, spelled with a K, does exactly what it says, as the speakers are so shiny you can clean your teeth in the reflections on them. We don't know when these will be ready, but the company says that customer demand is high for these speakers. If you need something more useful to spend your money on than gold teeth implants and facial tattoos for your rap career, Void is going to have you covered soon. Brian, Peter, George, San, John, Lala Baptiste, De La Salle, Eno. Well, that was a mouthful. Better known as the award-winning artist Brian Eno wants you to make vinyl records even more fun to listen to. 2 years ago, Brian released a record player that lit up when played, that married the audio with visuals of the record. On February 13, he's making a limited edition V2, enhancing the concept even further. With only 150 units made, these are a very limited edition, but new features include new programs and generative features, as well as a soft light feature. Just in case you have 20,000 lying around for a turntable, you could get in on the light show for your warm analog sounds. Most Apple fans will tell you how easy and great audio is on their Mac, and that makes our purpose-built for musicians and creatives. While Windows devices have always felt like the combination of different manufacturers' problem holding you back from the hi-fi goodness, that all may be about to change. A major chip manufacturer, Cirrus Logic, has announced their intentions of making Windows audio significantly better. The company has been producing compact audio components for over 3 decades and has shipped over 5 billion amplifiers to the top smartphone and PC manufacturers. They've partnered with both Microsoft and Intel to start cleaning up the audio processing in Windows PCs. The new audio system plan comprises a power converter, an audio codec, and a smart amplifier to enhance PC audio quality while reducing the power consumption and device size. The new technology promises to deliver higher precision and efficiency, allowing for thinner devices with less noise. The innovation aims to improve both speaker and headphone audio quality significantly, promising future laptops perform much better in the audio domain. I am interested to see what products are going to be like, although the reference designs won't be ready until Intel releases their Lunar Lake chips later this year. A device that is actually targeted to guitarists could be something that synth and live dance musicians may want to consider. The Loop4Live MK3 has appeal as a trigger device that would allow you to loop any recording into Ableton without having to remove your hand from a knob or keyboard. Each stomp button can be set up to launch clips, record live, trigger a sample, or generally be assigned to any task you can think of. This means that while you are riffing on a fat acid techno line, you don't need to stop and hit record on your mouse or a keyboard. The possibilities for live playing are really intriguing, as a single user could trigger and launch a full track with their feet. The device is available for 249 euros. Our first software announcement has to do with AI. Okay, calm down. I know you are sick of hearing about AI. Audacity has always been a really powerful audio editing tool that I can't believe is free, and now it is getting better. With their new Open Vinyl toolkit, it now can do stamp separation, audio removal, noise separation, and many other tasks. It can even be prompted to create sounds from the text. This is all free to Windows users only, as they are still working out the code for Mac and Linux, so those users will have to wait. If you don't already have a copy of Audacity, head to their website and check all the new features out at the low cost of nothing. I think we are required by law to report on at least one new synth software per week. This week's new release is from Xhun Audio, who used physical modeling technology to recreate a synth built from the leftover telecommunication parts. The synth has a very unique way of controlling the oscillators by numbers and digital to analog converter chips. This makes the error-prone sounds purposefully bad in order to create unique overtones and aliasing that's musically pleasing. There's a whole host of modern effects and modulation options, making this a very new, old-style synth and something pretty unique in its design. The new release from VST Giant's Plugin Alliance is another directly competitive product of FabFilter. 3-body Technologies first released the Kirchhoff EQ was called a Pro Q like when it came out a couple of years ago. While it hasn't taken all the market share from FabFilter, it looks like it was successful enough for 3-body keep going with their business model. The new Cenozoics? How is that even pronounced? Well, whatever it is called, it definitely has Pro 2C in its sights. This compressor replaces 12 different types of compressors, allowing you to switch between black fat, blue fat, vintage opto, virtual mu, and other types quickly. The plugin is available at $125. For some reason, they named it after the period just after the dinosaurs died. Why is that? This week, we are going to check in with Brian G, as he is a resident of Southern California, to see how he's handling the atmospheric river. We heard a half year worth of rain has dropped on the area in just 2 days. Brian, how is it going on? Is that a road? Where are you? He got swept away, didn't he? Swim, Brian, swim, you can do this. Next week, I think we will have you do something new for us. Like and subscribe for not to miss it. Last week you could DJ in VR, and this week Moog, the maker of synthesizers that haven't changed since the 80s, wants you to play their new synth in VR. The Moog Galaxy is one of the company's most futuristic products offerings to be announced in years. In what they call anisotropic synth engine that allows you to play in X, Y and Z axis, the synth really looks like it could be something completely different. You still get your standard modulation options, but they have also added immersive modulations that allow you to make destinations a source, which are points in 3D space. This opens up new possibilities of how to both play and interact with a synthesizer. Of course, you'll still look ridiculous to anyone watching you move your body in the real world, but you won't care, as the visuals for what you are doing in VR will be so enveloping. While playing a VR instrument may not be your thing, a new study on brain health says playing an instrument is a great thing. Looking at people 40 years or older, like our old man reporting Brian G, researchers have found that playing a musical instrument keeps your brain function higher for longer. Musical ability was also linked to other brain functions, including singing in a choir, which was shown to increase executive functions in older people. Most of the people in the study hadn't even playing for long, as 3 out of 4 of the participants had been learning their instruments for 2 to 5 years. The best instrument to learn, according to researchers, was the piano. Although singing, playing the guitar, or even playing the drums still had major benefits. So bust out that bongo or go buy a Stradivarius violin. It doesn't matter as long as you practice your instrument 2-3 hours a week. I'm also interested in getting those retirement home samples for my next major release. It is not often that we hear of insurance companies doing things as cool as our next story. US-based auto insurance company The General, in a new marketing campaign called The Break, made a completely mobile recording studio out of a SUV. This is not just a pimp my ride setup, as the unit includes some pretty major hardware. Complete with generic monitors, an Apollo X4 interface and a Mercury M76M MK3 preamp, this studio has all the right tools necessary to record on the go. The campaign is meant to showcase people taking a break from daily life to go live their dreams. While this one-off car is probably not going to be my next vehicle purchase, not anyone else's for that matter, it is fun to think of making beats while cruising down the freeway. If you think your latest project has taken you forever to finish, I can definitely tell you, you are not challenging the longest project in history. Organ 2, or ASLSP, which stands for as slow as possible, is a musical composition device that was turned on in 2001. The composition will complete fully in 639 years from the time it started. Yes, that is right, it won't finish until the year 2640. And just this week it changed chords, which has only happened 16 times in 22 years. The device is set to keep performing at its home in Germany, and you can go listen to the composition live. Although don't expect much action if you do. The composer John Cage wrote the composition for performance and gave the instruction for it to be played as slow as possible. So in 2001, 2 organs at church in Halberstadt started performing the piece. While I can say that you have a limited time to see the performance, as it will outlive all of us, you can get tickets already for the end of the show in 616 years from now. Here is the feature. Going from the future to the past, the white ghost of the artist formerly known as the Marshmellow returned from pop graveyard to announce he is coming back to EDM. He took to Twitter to announce the news, and everyone's favorite helmet-wearing performer got a various amount of responses from the fans. Mostly positive, like from this user that stated it only took 10 years. But there were others that pointed out this may be because of skill-related issues. There are also many requests for the Mellow to get into the hot musical category of hardstyle. I'm interested to see where he goes with his new sound, as his pop music didn't pop as much as expected. Whatever he decides, I'm sure we will be seeing him on the main stage playing near you soon. In what can only be called one of the biggest blunder in musical history, Mark Knight, owner and operator of Toolroom Records, gave a great interview last week. During the Mr. Jam podcast, Mark talks about Avicii used to try to reach him all the time on AOL Messenger, which is probably the reason that he didn't answer and send over tracks for his consideration. Mark even jokes that there were a lot of terrible tracks that he sent. So have heart, producers. If you are not getting a response, keep sending your songs, as eventually one will be good. The one track Mark regrets that he didn't listen to was Avicii's breakout My Feelings For You, which launched his career. It is fun to imagine what might have happened if Avicii ended up on Toolroom instead of the career path that he took. I'm sure Mark thinks about that often, seeing that each A&R person definitely has that one story similar to that of a missed opportunity. So keep making music, keep sending it in, and keep pushing your work, and keep tuning in for all the music news. Until next week, go make something great.